passion for all things nerdy. Dungeons and Dragons, this world's not blurry. From comics to movies, he's got it all. He's an outpost nerd living in a geeky world with his lightsaber shining. He's a Star Wars swirl through galaxies and adventures. He'll take you there, take you there. He's an outpost nerd, no one can compare. Nerd power, yeah, he's the king of nerds, catching that flame.
What's up, my nerd geeks and dweebs, and welcome to another transmission from the Outpost Nerd. I am the nerd of the Outpost, and I hope everyone is doing great today. Got some news coming out of CinemaCon, and I thought I'd talk about it. CinemaCon was last week. Big drops, big movie news, and none bigger than I think the Avatar Aang, the Last Airbender movie news. So this is the first full-length feature film in Avatar movie, Avatar franchise, not the blue-skinned cat creatures, aliens. This is the elemental bending blue arrow guy. That one. And the week before CinemaCon, earlier this month, the entire movie was leaked. Let's see. First, thank you, Vicky, one of my big supporters. Thank you. So glad you're here. But this was a full-length film set between Avatar: The Last Airbender and Avatar: The Legend of Korra, and it was completely leaked. The full film was leaked. But there's news. We have news. A big story broke. Man who allegedly leaked new Avatar: The Last Airbender film arrested for illegal server access. This is from the Straits Times, breaking yesterday by Castillo Wong. In Singapore, a 26-year-old man who allegedly leaked the unreleased film of Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender, the first animated movie in the Avatar franchise, has been arrested for accessing a media server without authorization. Who knew that was against the law? He allegedly downloaded an unreleased animated film and leaked parts of it online, the police said in a statement on April 24th. The police said they received a report on April 16th about the circulation of parts of an unreleased film on social media platforms. Hold on a sec. Scrolling, and get them nuggets rolling. Get that mouse is scrolling right. My tism. Chats. There, Vicky. Oh, let me see something. Let's see. I have been made aware that the chat might not be working. Let's see. This is. Let's see. Huh. Somebody once told me the chat is not working, messing up. Why it's not there on YouTube. Huh. Let's see. Um, hmm, hmm. Oh, I see what I did. Uh, I clicked it's for kids, and I guess when it's for kids, no chat. Let's get back to the story, shall we? Shall you? Oh, I miss that guy. It was awesome. Aaron the Woo, Adam the Woo, Aaron, Adam, yeah, Adam. Uh, the man was identified and arrested within a day of the report. Man, I wish police could work that fast here. Who are there? I see 4 people in chat. I see that little eye with 4. Count them 4. 4. 4 people. And all I see is Vicky in chat. It's das. Da. It's Bachmann Kamerad. The various electronic devices belonging to him were seized, and a copy of the film was recovered from his devices. He is currently being investigated for unauthorized access to computer material, which carries a maximum jail term of 7 years, a fine not exceeding $50,000 or both. This comes after the upcoming film set to be released on streaming platform Paramount Plus in October was allegedly leaked online by someone based in Singapore who uses the social media handle I'm still dissing. Yeah, that's a lot. Let's go back. A jail term of 7 years, a fine not exceeding 50,000 or both. That's a lot. Holy cow, for just leaking a movie. There's some crimes in America that don't even get that. I mean, some violent crimes that don't even get that. Jesus, that's a lot. In an April 12th post on social media platform X, the person claimed that American production company Nickelodeon, Nickelodeon, which animated the film, accidentally emailed him the entire Avatar Aang movie attached to the post, which has since garnered more than 30 million views, is a now deleted extract of the movie, Esquire magazine reported. Yeah, I wonder if they found out, someone could probably tell me if I remember the movie that Seth Rogen movie, The Dictator, was leaked. I don't know if anyone. I wasn't following the story. I wonder if anyone was charged and with that leak. I don't know. I've never heard, but it seems like they are. Within a day, the video surfaced on other sites, including U.S. Internet 4chan site 4chan. 4chan, always 4chan. According to the Hollywood Reporter, which reported that the full movie had been leaked by April 13th by an unrelated account, which also appears to belong to someone in Singapore. So that's the story. They caught that. Whoop-de-doo. I'd be angry if I had a haircut like that. Of course, I'd be happy if I had hair. That's why I'm wearing a hat. I is bald. But war eagle bitches. Sorry. So it's insane that they moved that fast. They were able to find someone that fast. It seems, well, Singapore is very strict when it comes to their laws, so it's not surprising, really, now that I think about it, that they were able to investigate it, find it, charge the guy that fast. Like, if you so much as spit gum on the sidewalk, they'll cane you in Singapore. So they're very serious about their laws and everything there. But it's insane. I grew up watching The Last Airbender. I really enjoyed it. I thought it had that anime feeling to it, but it was a Western product. Um, it it created such a rich world in how it was almost like an alternate ancient China. All the four nations, they were each stand-ins for four real nations. In you had Water Tribe were Eskimos, Japan was the Fire Nation, China was the Earth Kingdom, and the Air Nomads were Shaolin monks. The the each martial art that the each style of bending was based off a real world martial art. Oh yeah, it was it's one of those rare it was one of those rare things after the year 2000 that really was really good, really shined. You didn't you believed that the characters were at the skill levels they were. My favorite character was Sokka. I loved Sokka. Boomerang. And it showed that you didn't need these special powers to win. You just needed your brains. Um, Toph, Toph sometimes to me would come across overpowered. Secret tunnel, secret. Thank you, Vicky. That song's gonna be stuck in my head all day now. And I loved it when they did the live action series. They actually brought back that group and they actually sang the song. Um, and it's I love the episodes where each character had their own kind of adventure with Aang, except for Toph, she never got hers. And I think that would have been a good chance to teach her some humility. Um, I loved Zuko's redemption arc and how he eventually became Avatar Aang's best friend. Um, one of my favorite moments in Korra, which I wasn't a fan of all of it, but I liked seeing a new Avatar, and they're supposed to be doing a third series, which are not, from what I read. I'll talk about this in a minute. It will not be good. It will not be good. Um, I love this scene where she Zuko's an elderly man and Korra runs up to him and asks him a question, and he's happy to do it. He's happy, like, hey, I was Avatar Aang's advisor. I could be more than happy to give it to you. And she drops that she met Uncle Iroh, one of the best characters in a long time, in the spirit room, and he's shocked that you met my uncle, and then the scene ends. I'm like, uno a momento, por favor. Gotta be fancy with my thumb out, my pinky out. But I love seeing in Korra kind of the advancements they had in so fast once all the nations came together in Republic City. And from what and in this movie, you see kind of the fledgling Republic City. And I love J.K. Simmons as Tenzin. Love J.K. Simmons ever since Spider-Man. Spider-Man, love him. Bring me more pictures of Spider-Man. Yo, Memento. Yes, live from my satellite space station, transmitting to the masses to unbrainwash the masses from the woke bullcrap that Hollywood has given us the past 15, 20 years. But this movie seems like it's a good bridge between the two series. Basically, the whole crew is grown ups. Aang is trying to try to save artifacts from from the air nomads and ends up going crazy. And you see how the air acolytes, the group from Airbender Island that work with Tenzin, come about, which is pretty interesting. I'm not going to go into too much details because I don't want to spoil the movie. I highly recommend watching it when it comes out on Paramount Plus. A lot of people were not happy that it was out on Paramount Plus, but Paramount Plus's reasoning is there was not enough interest for a theatrical release. Bullshit. Bullshit. On the family farm. I smell bullshit. There's a The Last Airbender is one of Nickelodeon's biggest, greatest shows. Why would us fans not want to go see it in the theater? Have that big theater experience and share it with our kids now. I was in high school when it was on, high school and college. And just the story, the artwork just captivated me. Like I said, it had that anime feeling, anime look, with the Western storytelling. And a lot of people are like, oh, that makes it an anime. Nope. Unless it's made in Japan, it's not an anime. I will die on that hill. But so, and I understand, these animators, they have gotten the shaft with this leak. I couldn't imagine working 3, 4, 5 years on something and then having all your work just thrown out there. Yeah, it was around the time I think Nickelodeon had a really good batch of TV shows. There was Danny Phantom, Fairly Odd Parents, which I enjoyed growing up. I was in middle school when that came out. Butch Hartman did Danny Phantom, Fairly Odd Parents, and another one called Tough Puppy, which I liked for the secret agent aspect of it. This is an animated movie, yes. This is not live action. This is animated and entirely new cast, which is understandable. I would have liked to see Dante Bosco as Zuko, an adult Zuko, a more grown up Zuko. Oh no, no, Vicky, no, it's not bad at all. The movie is not bad. It's great. It's just the the fact that it was leaked is the real shitty part. And I would have loved to see some of the more. Oh no, that it got leaked. Yes, yes. I would have liked to see more of the original cast come back. Like I said, Dante Bosco, Rufy. Oh, Lady Autumn Sky. I have a question for you, Lady Autumn Sky. Are you a god? Huh? Are you a god? I can't do a Gozer impersonation to save my life. Oh no. Trying to look something up and I. Yeah, I would have liked to see. Oops. Yes, there we go. Dang it. Uh, I would have liked to see more of the original cast come in. I would have liked to see Jack DeCena as Sokka come back. Mae Whitman, I think, would have done an amazing Katara. Thank you. I appreciate it. Leave me a like and share if you can. Every little bit helps with especially after YouTube's gone crazy. Speaking of YouTube, that is why you are seeing my beautiful face. I am going to try not to give them any reason to think that I am AI. And with this crappy green screen, there's no way. Ooh, whoa, that's weird. I'm using StreamYard green screen, so I'm sorry. That's all I can afford right now. YouTube is not cheap, but it looks cheap when you're using the free stuff. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in. Real life takes precedent. This is just for fun. YouTube is going on this bender of labeling channels AI, channels that have been around for a long time. A couple of friends of mine have gotten struck for that reason. Most recently, Tony at Stark of Iron is a good friend. I've been on his show a few times. He's got struck, and we talked about this on his stream about 2 or 3 months ago that this was going to happen. And a lot of people did not believe it. A friend of mine, Anti-Derivative Jill, great. If you want to know anything Star Trek, talk to that girl. That girl is a Star Trek autistic savant. Whoa. And she just recently got demonetized. So check out her channel, Stark of Iron. I think right now he's taking a break. He's really heartbroken.
I am adorable. Thank you. My mama tells me I'm adorable every day.
So I'm trying to do different things. I'm working on things behind the scenes, new assets. So just I'm trying to get into the habit of streaming more and doing more videos. I've been going through a lot of stuff in my personal life that make me just sometimes I think, is this worth it? And with depression and autism all mixed into one mental issue salad bowl, it makes just wanting to do stuff hard. So for a long time, I just haven't wanted to do this. I'm having to make a lot of decisions in the coming weeks about what I want to do. I have been, for the past 3 months, I've been searching nonstop for work. Living in a tourist town like I do, work is not that easy to find. And living out in the country like I do, as people you say, I'm country. Okay. It's hard to find place that pays well and is nearby. Because I've worked at places 20, 30 miles up to 40 miles away. And eventually I'm working for gas. And I want to invest in the channel. I'd love to have like my own green screen. I'd love to right here above my other monitor have a webcam instead of using my integrated webcam. Woo. Hey. Oh, get too close. I don't like that. But there's a lot of stuff like my dad. I've been helping my dad the past few months because he just had his first knee replacement. My mom had her shoulder and both her knees replaced within the past 2 years, and my dad had his knee replacement done. So been helping with all them, and it's hard to find a steady paying job. Like about a year or two ago, they built a Amazon processing center just like 2-3 miles from where maybe about 6 or 7 miles from where I live. And then last summer they started laying people off and automating. It's like, okay, why did you take the time to hire people when all you're going to do is fire them 6 months to a year later? Yeah, and my parents aren't the easiest people to deal with. My dad is very controlling. My mom is very abrasive, is putting it lightly. But they're the parents that God chose to give me. So, and I did get on some. Um, I can't find where is it. I did get on some medicine a few months ago, but I had some side effects, so I'm having to figure that out. Well, my mom, they can get around, they can do stuff, but there's sometimes where they need help. Like, um, my mom can only lift her shoulder about this high, so there's a lot of things, and she can't reach across her. So there's a lot of things. Oh, this is another reason I hate this. I can't get myself in a good frame. Um, maybe if do what I tell the news anchors and sit up. But like for a long time, she couldn't like buckle herself in the car without help. My dad, um, that might be because I'm off. I'm not. I'm too broke to eat. Like right now, I have a pizza sitting right here beside me on my desk, and that's lunch, dinner, and probably lunch for tomorrow. Or it might be the camera. Oh, they used to say that the camera took 10 pounds off, maybe, or added 10 pounds. Maybe like this is where they're taking the 10 pounds from and putting it on other people. Oh, I sounded like Walter there for a second. But so yeah, life is just going. Um, I've just been I've been writing a lot. I've found that I'm at the point in my story after 15, no, 20 years of trying to figure it out. I'm finally at a point where I can put words down and write a good story. I think it's a good story. I like my characters. I have great characters. I think a great setting, a great theme. My theme is how would two opposing forces, science and magic, work in a world together? I think that's an interest. Got a lot of interesting plot elements that I could work out on that. I'm about 3,000 words in, and only halfway through, or probably near the end of chapter one. I have my prologue and my chapter one, which introduces a majority of my characters. I had to change it to another Google Doc, so I might need to send you. I don't know if I sent you the new one. Because I had a Google Doc that was the prologue and the first chapter, and then I merged them together just for, and then my Google Doc started. I will do that later. But I have, and I've edited a lot since I sent it to you, Vicky. So yeah, I have. I'll send you the newer one. Um, I have some I think good, interesting, and original ideas for my story, and it's a character who, when I was getting back into D&D, I was reading the Legends of Drizzt novels at the time. There's so many more. I need to see if the library has them. Sorry. One thing you'll notice, I ADD out a lot.
And I mentioned.
But it was a ranger character that I decided to make, and I decided to, instead of turning into a D&D character, turning into a story character. But it's interesting. I like the idea of the two conflicting forces, like I said, magic and science, and how they would interact and how they impact the world. and how people survive in that world. So I'm working on that, which I find very therapeutic. Um, I love them. I love Dritz. I read up until I think um not Gauntle Grim. I read up until they reunite. The companions reunite. Um and I uh so I'm not a reader naturally. I make myself read. I'm currently reading Betrayal, Power, and Deceit, and the Fight for the Future of the Royal Family, released March 2006 by Tom Brower. Sounds interesting. But yeah, I love the Forgotten Realms book series. Most of my D&D campaigns have taken place in that world. That's the world that the movie Honor Among Thieves came out. That came out last year or the year before, was set in. Which we need another D movie. I love that movie. Um, yeah. He fights that you see in the first first three books. He comes to terms with how evil his people are, and then when he's spending time out in the Underdark alone, he's fighting the hunter. You know, that primal, um, animalistic part of him, and I like it how he never holds it against people that they fear him by his looks. He understands. Like there's one scene where I think it was the Halfling's Gem, which is the fifth or sixth book in the series. They're traveling and they stop at Silvery Moon, which is this amazing, beautiful city where they say everyone is welcome. Well, they camp out and the lady of Silvery Moon actually meets Dritz and he says, due to political reasons, I can't let you in. He understands, but he's like, I'm still going to help you. She still wants to help him. And later on, once his reputation gets out there and how he's good and how he's skilled and so powerful, she's like, he basically has an apartment in the city. People start realizing, oh, you're a drow. Oh my god. Oh wait, you're Dritz. Holy cow, cool. And I used to play a video game called Neverwinter, which was set in the Forgotten Realms in the city of Neverwinter. And one of the expansions, you meet, it's set in around the Gauntle Grim book, which is like one of the um, older or newer Dritz books. And you see the companions, you meet Dritz, you meet Bruner, you meet Wolfgar, you meet Cat, you meet all of them. These are book characters that I love. And I remember I'm probably just out of high school. I'm at my local Books a Million and I see this book called, I think it's called Starless Night. This is the one I was, um, and it has this old wrinkly guy with big white hair and pointed ears. And it caught my eye and I started reading it. And that's why I got into Dritz. That was like the 9th book in the series, I think. So I started in the middle and then went back and read all of them. I got all of them from the library. I like going to the library. I think it's great. Kindles and audiobooks are great, but I like having a book in my hand. Oh yeah, I started in probably about a couple of months after it came out in like 03 or not 03, 2013, 2013. And then I played up until about 4 or 5 years ago when it just got so grindy. But watching Honor Among Thieves, there was that scene when Chris Pine's character and Michelle Rodriguez's character. They're coming down the road, and they come around this forest, and you see Neverwinter off the distance. You see Castle Never, which is, and I'm like, oh my god, my nerd brain is just exploded because I recognized it from the book because there's a huge dungeon set in Castle Never. I just finished the Oprah book, A Biography 2010, unauthorized biography by Kitty Kelly. Oprah's had the webs had to go old school and read a book.
Oh my god, I had a touch of pepper.
I like watching biographies. I'd rather watch a good biography, a good historical. One of my favorite biography, well, not necessarily biographies, but a historical documentary was The Real 300, which shared the real Battle of Thermopylae, Leonidas and the Real 300, and the Greco-Persian War that led up to that and what happened after and during Thermopylae. Loved it. It was so amazing to learn about Spartan society that Leonidas was actually one of like 10 kings. Kings was kind of like general, I think. And how he was actually Leonidas, and like in the movie where he's the last man standing, the last Spartan to fall, he was one of the first to go in the real battle of Battle of Thermopylae. And they fought over his body like 2 or 3 days, dragging it back and forth, and how they actually had like full bronze armor, which made the Spartans pretty much unstoppable. That and the phalanx, where you take the shields and latch them together like this, and have like 3 or 4 guys deep pushing against it, so you couldn't really break it. They turned our library into a homeless shelter, so I just have to buy books or download them for Kindle. That's weird that they did that. I mean, take one good thing and turn it to another, I guess. But I remember the very first Forgotten Realms book I read was back in middle school. And it was an Ed Greenwood book. Let me see. Come on. Don't be a dick. Let's see. Share screen. Share screen. Share screen. This was the very first Forgotten Realms book I bought. I bought and read. I found it once again randomly in Books a Million. And it follows Sandril of High Moon, a young woman who discovers she possesses the power and sought-after magical ability known as Spellfire, forcing her to flee from evil sorcerers with the help of allies like the wizard Elminster and the Knights of Myth Draenor. The novel explores themes of power, loneliness, and love, and is known for its fast-paced adventure and strong character interactions. This was the infection point for my love of Dungeons and Dragons. And I remember a few years ago, or maybe, a few years ago, one night, I'm late to a Ricada stream. I used to watch him all the time. And he has a guest on. It's Ed fucking Greenwood, the author, the guy who created the Forgotten Realms.
Bye.
What'd you get me? Did you get me any cookies? I want a cookie. Give me a cookie, Lady Autumn Sky. You better got some good, big chunky chocolate chip cookies. Those kids deserve them. But it was Ed Greenwood he was interviewing, and I got to tell him in a super chat how much his work had meant and inspired me. And after this, I got to really I really dove deep into the genre. And I love fantasy novels. I've studied and read The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings dozens of times. And the coolest thing I got to do in my career in the school system was teach the Hobbit. So cool. I got to explain so many cool things to the kids and share. Yeah, a lot of people play the Forgotten Realms. They just don't know the origins of the Forgotten Realms. And Elminster, if you look at the character and the man, um, Elminster is um, Ed Greenwood's stand-in within the story, and you can see why.
Oh, wait, no.
You can see basically it's the same man. But God dang it. There we go. I want to see something after that. But his work is just it's one of the most impactful. I think he's probably one of the most impactful authors in the fantasy genre in modern time. Him and R.A. Salvatore. They've probably influenced the genre more than anybody, any two men in, and because their characters are so iconic. Elminster is that typical big white beard Gandalf Merlin kind of character, but he's funny, he's witty, he's sarcastic, and he'll blow you away with a fireball if he feels like it. It's an escape for me. And it gives me like when I'm writing, it's like I have a sense of control I don't have in my life in general. I don't think anyone has. You're able to. Well, I heard George R. R. Martin say this: when you're writing a character, don't force him into situations and places. Now I'm here. No, I'm not. Now I'm here. No, I'm not. When you're writing, create the character and let him guide you to where you want. So with my character, my main character is named Zarin. He's an elf, but in his world, he's one of the few elves left. So he's witty, he's sarcastic, he cares about people. He's kind of like my stand-in, but instead of a dwarf. Come on, don't tell me you don't see a dwarf. He's an elf. He had a hard lesson as a child, as a kid that really humbled him, which I'm going to get into in my story. And he's trying to find his place. He's trying to find his people, I guess you could say. His people might not be the other elves. His people might be something entirely different. It's not. So that's the kind of theme I'm trying to impart in my story, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm still trying to find my place in this world. So I'm going to explore that in a fantasy setting. That's actually, I didn't think about that till now. Hey, that's an interesting story arc for him. So the fantasy authors I read is Mercedes Lackley, Jennifer Roberts, Robert Asprin, etc. So many from the 80s and 90s. That's might need to look them up. I've tried reading like Dune and Starship Troopers, but I just couldn't get into them. Um, I recently found out there's a new Harry Dresden book, not the guy knocking on the door, banging and breaking in. The book Harry Dresden, um, by Jim Butcher. I'm gonna find that, see if my library has that. But I've been focusing more on writing rather than reading, and I think I have. Yes, the Dragon Riders of Pern. I have read those. Me and my friends used to read those in high school. Um, that's kind of one place where I took my inspiration from. I loved Dragon. Yes, yes. I think that's it's such a unique story too. Set in a world so far in the future, so cut off another planet. They think Earth is just like a legend. Earth is just completely forgotten. So it's such a fascinating story. They create like they genetically engineer these dragons. Oh, yeah, I read those, and what was her name? Vicky. I can't remember her name. She passed away in like the 90s. Anne McCaffrey, yes. Um no, she passed away in 2011. And I think her son, yeah, her son took over. Um her her children took over, not just her son. I did not know that. Gigi McCaffrey. Okay. Yeah, it's been so long since I read any of those books. Um might need to go over 'em. But yeah, just like Tolkien. Um I remember one time, I think in the 90s, early 2000s, they were thinking about either a Dragon Riders Pern movie or TV show, but never came out or never came to anything, sadly. But I tried to read The Wheel of Time. I got I found like the first few books in one copy of The Wheel of Time. Tried reading it, but it was just slow and dull because they did the horrible TV show, The Wheel of Time. See, that's just it. They have so many great things that we don't need Star Trek, Star Wars. We don't need those, or Marvel or DC beat over our head over and over again, like they've been giving us since like '08. It's getting ridiculous. All the same crap. But I would love to see. Now, I remember in like the late 2000s, early 2010s, it's like every movie that came out was a after with the success of Twilight, we had every single teen book turned into a movie, and my God, it was some of them were just awful. You were talking about Oprah. Someone in chat was talking about Oprah earlier. I remember that book called "I Am Number Four." This guy, it was the guy who got onto like it was the guy who wrote 1,000 Little Fibers or whatever that book. It was supposedly his autobiography. It turned out to be a complete lie, and he ended up getting on Oprah's like book list and then it was found out it was a lie. He wrote that under a pen name, and they did a movie about it, which was awful. And the first two books were decent. The third one, ugh. But let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna see something. Bring something up. What movies are coming out? Holy crap, monkeys! Uh, looking at let's look at some movies coming out. What does IMDb say? Devil Wears Part of 2, not interested. Animal Farm, do not see. I cannot recommend this movie less. I cannot recommend Animal Farm less. This has taken this real story, George Orwell story, and completely flipped it around. Don't know what Spoon of Chocolate is. That's from 2005. Oh, they turned The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime into a movie. Okay, let's see. Mortal Kombat 2. Cannot wait for that. Ugh. Billie Eilish, she can go back onto the stolen land she came from. Labyrinth, I think that's anime. Looking forward to that. Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway. Driver's Ed. Mandalorian Grogu, cannot wait for that one. That one's going to be good. Toxic. Masters of the Universe. I reviewed that one, so go check out The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Yeah, that's an anime. I haven't read the manga. I'm not a big manga reader. I'll watch anime. Scary Movie 6. The Wayne brothers have finally, after like 15, 20 years, finally gotten the rights back to Scary Movie, so I cannot wait for that. The Furious. Don't know that one. A lot of these I haven't heard of. Toy Story 5. Can we just let the it went downhill in season 3. The Mandalorian went downhill season 3 hard. Girls like girls, no thank you. Supergirl, I've talked about that. Jackass number 5, I'm wondering what are they going to do it at a fucking nursing home? Holy shit. These guys were old in the 90s. And a live action Moana, come on. Gail Daltrey and the Celebrity Sex Pass. Okay, The Odyssey. Oh, come on. Is Matt Damon going to play Odysseus? Ugh. Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm interested to see Sadie Sink in her role, I think, as the Mary Jane that we know. Super Troopers 3. Was disappointed in Super Troopers 2. Loved the first Super Troopers. Dude, yeah, it was my favorite movies. Now that's what I call a good movie. Meow. Paw Patrol, the Dino movie. 6, the musical live. Okay, that's interesting. Don't know any. Haven't heard anything about these in August. Legend of the White Dragon. Oh my god, I cannot wait for that movie. Now, that movie was Jason David Frank's last film before he passed, and he was, I think, it was him as Tommy. Oh, and I think they've had stand-ins to finish it, but this has been a long time coming because it was put on hold for a very long time after he passed away. Let's see. Now we're in September, my birthday month. Don't know any of those movies. Glades, never. Tom and Jerry, another animated live action one, it looks like. Practical Magic 2 with Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock. And Lee Pace, Thandril. Okay. Losing his mind over what? See. Show him the shape. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, there's no birthday. No birthday movie for me. Charlie Harper. Don't know that movie. Digger. Don't know that one. See, here we go. That it was supposed to be on the 9th. Oh yes. Um, I'm super excited to see what they do with it because it's been such a long time coming. I wanted to meet Jason David Frank. Hold on a sec. I is back, and I wanted to show this. I have Saba from Mighty Morphin. I found this at the local Salvation Army. I was volunteering. It still it expands. Doesn't work. The batteries is long. Batteries don't work or anything. It's supposed to make noise. So I got this, a Dino Blaster, a Power Axe, and one of the Blue Rangers Power Size from digging in a box. A kid had donated a box of toys, and that was in it. And they were gonna throw them away. They wanted me to throw them away. I said, "Hey, can I have all this stuff?" The lady said, "Yeah, just go to the front desk when you're done for the day and pay $1 so they can't say you're stealing." So I got that and a bunch of other Mighty Morphin Power Rangers toys. So let's get back to that. Angel and the Bad Man. I don't know that. Other Mother. I think that might be kind of like a Coraline thing. I don't know. Street Fighter. Looking forward to that. Kind of. Some of the casting is I don't know. And I just saw the other day a trailer for the movie Clayface with the Batman villain. So I think after the success of the first Joker, we're going to see a couple Batman villain movies, which I enjoy. Batman has some of my favorite villains. So we're November. Godzilla -0. Cannot wait for that. The Cat in the Hat. Not looking forward to that. That rhymed. That Cat in the Hat. Not looking forward to that. Return. Johnny Depp and Ian McKellen and Daisy Ridley in Ebenezer or Christmas Carol. Ooh, suck that, anti-Depp people. Hunger Games, Sunrise on the Reaping, which that's going to be the story about how Hamish won his quarter quail. So I'm looking forward to that. Fockers in Law, 3 of the worst people you can ever put in a movie together. Robert De Niro, Ben Stiller, and Ariana Grande. Makes me sick that they're still working. Game of Power, don't know that one. Avengers Doomsday, RDJ, Chris Hemsworth is coming back. Oh, Dune Part 3 the same day. Ooh. That's a bad day to come out of Dune. Damn. Angry Birds 3. Jumanji World I'm looking forward to. So I think from what I have not, but I've heard that it's very good. I've heard it's very good. I heard it's not agenda driven at all, which I like in modern movies. I need to see it. But Jumanji Open World, the video game characters, Jack Black, The Rock, Karen Gillan, and Kevin Hart, they come into our world this time. Zero AD, don't know that one. Don't know Apophis, Unscheduled. Beekeeper 2. Oh, that's what I remember. The first one. Air Bud, they're going to come out with new Air Bud. Okay, we're in 2027 now, so that's enough of that. So we have a lot of good movies coming out. A lot of good things I'm looking forward to. A lot of ones I would recommend staying away from. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on um, with me, with the channel. Like I said, I'm going to be um, really trying to figure out what to change, what to yeah, a lot of weird movies and a lot of remakes. But that I think that's a good thing. We're having these more and more weird movies. It just tells me that they're coming up with more and more original ideas. And I think Hollywood for a very long time has been short on new ideas. It's been remakes and adaptations of comic books and books for a very long time, to the point that I wasn't sure that Hollywood would be able to write anything original. And we've had original stuff here and there sprinkled around, but it's never been any good. Um, so I'm looking forward to some of these. Some of these I'm like, yeah, and the others I'm like, so that's pretty much that. So, um, thank you all for being here. Before we leave, I want to please, if you want to support the channel, if you want to help me upgrade it, if you just want to show some love, go to buymecoffee.com/outpost nerd to donate to the outpost. And I want to thank you again, those who have already shown me so much love monetarily. All of you show such love to me every time I'm on, but these ones have showed love by sending some money. So help me add on to this list. I want to thank you, Squad Bob, Divinity Said, Cake or Death, and Bertrand 850. Thank you all for showing such love to the outpost. And thank you all, Vicky, Memento, Lady Autumn Sky, and everyone, all you silent stalkers out there in the chat. Thank you all for coming in. And remember what I said, always say, find your passion and nerd out about it. I'm the nerd of the outpost. Love you guys. I'm gone.
Oh no.
Bye. Sorry about that.